Hello students, I Anjali Patel once again welcome you all to my class, and this video is for class 7. Today we'll start the second chapter of history, that is Rise of Kingdoms. Before that students, I would like to inform you that homework questions that I have given you in our last class, answers I have given in PDF, and the exercise solution also I have given in PDF. So go through it and complete all your work. So let's start our chapter Rise of Kingdoms. So students, first the medieval period. The period is divided into two parts. Early medieval period, which started from 8th to 13th century, and last medieval period, which started from 13th to 18th century. So students, during early medieval period, will read in this chapter about the rulers or dynasties which ruled during early medieval period, means from 8th to 13th century. Students, during early medieval period, many dynasties ruled over India. So first we will start with North India, the rulers who ruled in North India. The first one, the Rajputs, the Ghaznavids, the Ghurids, the Palas, and the Gurjar Pratihars. Now, the next one, rulers who ruled in the South India. So, the Pallavas, the Pandyas, and the Cholas were the main powers who ruled over South India. Now, students, the rulers who ruled in Deccan. So the rulers who ruled in Deccan part of India is Rashtrakutas, and many small kingdoms ruled over Deccan part. Now students, North India, will start with North India. In North India, we'll start with the Rajputs. So the rulers which ruled in North India is the first one, Rajputs, and the Rajput word comes from the Sanskrit word Rajputra, which literally means the son of a king. Students, historians have different opinions about the origin of Rajputs. Some of the historians thought that the Rajputs are Kshatriyas, means belonging of warrior families, and many more historians have different opinions. Some assumptions about the origin of Rajputs are: the first one, historians thought Rajputs are the descendants of the Central Asian tribes. So they are, some of the historians thought that they are the descendants of Central Asian tribes who settled in India after the invasion of Hunas, Hun tribe. And the next one, according to some Rajput clans, what is the meaning of clan? Means kul, family. They were Suryavanshi or Chandravanshi. So Suryavanshi, belongings of sun family, and Chandravanshi, belongings of moon family. The next one is, some clan considered themselves as part of fire family. Some of the clans considered that they are a part of fire family, means Agni Kul, and some believe that they were born out from the sacrificial fire. So these are the different assumptions that are related to the origin of the Rajputs. Now, some important Rajput clans that were ruled during early medieval period in India. So the clans were the Tomars, the Chauhans, the Solankis, the Paramars, the Garhwals, and the Chandels. So students, we'll start with the Tomars. So students, the Tomars established the city of Delika, which is known as Delhi, on which they ruled. Their administration was in city Delhi, which was later occupied by the rulers of Chauhan or Chauhan rulers. The next one is Chauhans of Rajasthan. So students, the administration of Chauhans of Rajput was near or around the Delhi and Ajmer, and the most powerful ruler of the Chauhans of Rajasthan was around the Delhi and Ajmer. Chauhans were also known as Chahmanas. The most powerful ruler of Chauhan was Prithviraj Chauhan, who defeated Muhammad Ghori in 1191. Students, Prithviraj Chauhan was the most powerful ruler of Chauhans, and he defeated Muhammad Ghori in 1191. But after that, he himself defeated by Muhammad Ghori and killed by Muhammad Ghori. Now the next one dynasty which ruled in North India is Solankis of Gujarat. The administration of Solankis were around the Gujarat, and the most powerful ruler of Solanki dynasty was Siddharaj, who built many temples like Tilwara temple and Mount Abu and Modhera, Gujarat. And students, the most powerful ruler of Paramars were Bhoj, and the capital of Bhoj was Dhar. And he built the Neelkantheshwar temple, was the famous temple built by Paramars rulers. Now the next one dynasty which ruled over North India is Garhwals of Kannauj. Students, Garhwal, who was the most powerful ruler of Garhwals? Raja Jaichand was the king of Garhwal, and he was defeated by Muhammad Ghori in 1194. Raja Jaichand. So students, the dynasty which ruled over North India is Chandels of Bundelkhand. Chandels, they ruled on the region of the land between the river Yamuna and the Narmada, and their capital was Khajuraho, and the most powerful ruler of the Chandel dynasty was Kirti Varman. Now students, the next dynasty which ruled over North India is the Palas, the present day states of Bihar, Jharkhand and West Bengal. And the first ruler of the Palas was Gopal. Now the next one dynasty and the last one dynasty of early Mughal period which ruled over North India is the Gurjar Pratihars. Now the region of administration of Gurjar Pratihars was the Gujarat and Rajasthan, and the most powerful ruler of the Gurjar Pratihars was Bhoj. Students, don't go confused with the powerful ruler of Paramars of Malwa and the most powerful ruler of the Gurjar Pratihars, because the most powerful ruler of Paramars was Bhoj Paramars. The name was Bhoj Paramars, and the most powerful ruler of the Gurjar Pratihars is Bhoj. And the Bhoj conquered the area of the region of Kannauj. So here we finished our topic. The next topic will continue in our next class. So complete your homework questions, and your homework questions I have given in PDF. So complete your homework questions properly. Till then, thank you and stay safe.